I do think that we'd like to stay ahead. You know, the fact that we had 17 of the 20 guys committed before the season started. I'd love to be at that every year. I think once you get to that point, it allows you during the fall evaluation period, and then in December and January of the contact period, you're able obviously to see the group of committed players, the seniors that you have. Obviously there's a smaller pool of seniors that you're still recruiting, and then you can use all of that time to get a head start on the next class. You know, there's some top juniors that I'm personally recruiting that I've been to see them. I've been there as many times as the NCAA will allow. I went and saw them play in the fall, and I've been there 6 times in December and January. So I've seen them 7 times during their junior year. Well, I wouldn't be able to do that if we were still chasing around half of our recruiting class, because obviously you have to put in the time for those seniors. So I think the fact that we're able to get ahead, it allows us to stay ahead the next year, because recruiting's changing. These guys are making their decisions a lot earlier. But you know, as far as the guys making their decision on signing day, I think that'll, you know, it just kind of cycles through. Some years you might have some guys that you've been recruiting for a while that want to wait, but my personal preference is to go ahead and have them committed and a part of the class. And just like Coach said, I mean, it's a great point about, I mean, I remember Sammy, I think Sammy's NLI was, you can go back and look, one of the first ones that came in, you know, and everybody high-fived and said, great, you know, go get a glass of orange juice, you know. But so I think obviously the excitement and all the media coverage on signing day, and it's definitely different. So there's definitely some excitement about it. It's an exciting day, but you know, I think each year's a little different. You know, it's really up to the young man that you're recruiting if he decides he wants to wait until signing day.
Not to suggest a change should be made, but you guys put much thought into transitioning into a new recruiting coordinator on down the line? Or is that still too far away for you guys?
You're asking the current recruiting coordinator?
I mean, it's one of those, I guess I assume it's maybe a 4 or 5 year gig for most people.
Well, number one, let me say this. I really enjoy helping with the recruiting. And one thing I'll never forget is in 2009 when Coach Swinney became the head coach and made me the recruiting coordinator and made Billy Napier the offensive coordinator. I've never seen Billy smile as big as he smiled. He walked across to my office and had this huge crate of tapes and notebooks and everything, and he just had this smile and he said, enjoy. And I didn't know what he meant until about a year later. And so at some point in my career, I'm going to look forward to walking that crate over to the next person's office and saying enjoy. And but right now I feel very comfortable with what we're doing. I think that we've got a proven system in place, and so, you know, unless something happens and they decide to go, you know, in a different direction, I definitely would enjoy doing what I'm doing for the next couple of years.
Anything else?